This is the 2020 Hyundai Venue Denim Edition. But over here is the all-new 2021 Kia Seltos. We're gonna check them both out today. The 2021 Kia Seltos has 7.2 inches of ground clearance along with front and rear skid plates. The Venue does not. Everything in the Hyundai Venue is a little bit smaller than in the Kia Seltos, including the touchscreen at only 8 inches. While the screen in the Kia Seltos is a whopping 10.25 inches. Both the Hyundai Venue and the Kia Seltos feature adjustable load height floors. The Hyundai Venue is powered by a 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine with 121 horsepower. You can get the same 1.6-liter four-cylinder in the Seltos, but in this case they slap a turbo on for a whopping 175 horsepower. Now that's hamsters on speed. This is the 2020 Hyundai Venue Denim Edition. It's all blue. Blue everywhere. Blue outside, blue inside, like blue jeans. It's not really blue jean material, which would be really cool, but it is a combination of sort of a pleather and a cloth seat. And the combination materials on it are quite nice, actually. On a warm summer day, you get in and you don't burn your thighs, which is nice. If you need a vehicle for, just running about town and things like that, something like this might be really cool. You get a little bit better ride height, economical engine. That's the upside of having something that's small. And this thing is tiny. It's a little vehicle. This is Hyundai's version of the Kia Soul, the original hamstermobile. As a package for, the low $20,000 range, this Venue is really something cool. And the standard features across the board for any Hyundai Venue are just off the chart. From lane keep assist to pedestrian detection to blind spot warning. And I will tell you that this vehicle actually today scared me because I was cruising down the highway and I had cruise control on with lane keep assist, so it's doing everything kind of for me. And as soon as a vehicle came into my blind spot, it tried to push me over in the lane. What was really interesting is the timing was perfect, because on the right side of the road, the white line kind of disappeared into an off lane because there's a turnoff there. And this vehicle angrily pushed me over to that lane. I actually had to fight it to get back on the interstate, which was a little unnerving, I gotta be honest. So those systems are nice to have if you're just cruising along, but there's still work to do. Definitely still work to do. But I will say that the Venue has been really well thought out. The packaging is spot on. For a small runabout, it is spot on. There are things that you're missing in here. There are heated seats. No cooled seats, but there's heated seats. That's awesome. Of course, you got power windows all around. One touch up and down on the driver's side only. I seriously hate that. Like, honestly, at manufacturers, how much does it cost to make all 4 of those buttons go all the way up and down at the click of a button? 8-inch touchscreen, which works really well. Apple CarPlay, standard. Android Auto, standard. Nice row of buttons here for easy access to all of the audio nav settings. Big knobs. You got gloves on in winter. You can still turn the knobs and set the temperature. Simple. Simple, 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 and easy to use. Hyundai and Kia, corporate cousins, are doing a fantastic job of keeping everything simple. And I, as a driver, really appreciate that. Then there's fun things like the load floor in the back. You can raise it and lower it. So you get a little bit more storage in the back end with the seats up, and then you put the seats down, you can raise it up so it's still a flat floor. Genius. There's adequate room in the front and the back. As you can see, all kinds of headroom. Again, 6'2", I'm a big person, and I fit in here great. And I mean, look at this. There's just glass everywhere. It's a box with windows, that's basically what the Kia Soul is, and that's what this Hyundai Venue is, just with a little bit more flair. I think that some of the design elements of this vehicle are more attractive than the Kia Soul. But it is an entry-level vehicle, so there's more road noise. This engine, I mean, listen to that baby work. It's working to get everything up and rolling here. The ride is a little rough because the wheelbase is short and you're sitting up a little higher. But it's not punishing in any way, shape, or form. I've driven a couple 100 miles and nowhere did I feel uncomfortable. The seat, the seat backs are not quite where I'd want them to coddle me in the seat, but it's a comfortable seat. Steering is okay. It's not a sports car, so, turning is not crisp. It's a little lackadaisical in responding to my inputs. The throttle response is there, but it's a small displacement, small engine. So you really got to lean on that throttle to get the power out of it. What about the brakes? Do they stop you? Sure. Do they stop you super fast? No. Do they stop you so that you're confident in what you're doing with your brake pedal? Yes. It's everything you need. There's not any excess of anything in here. Excess of speed, excess of lack of speed. The stereo is okay. It's not the best stereo in the business, but you're under $20,000 into the low $20,000 range. And the bang for buck that you get from this vehicle is fantastic. It really is. Same for the Kia Soul, but I think this is a little bit cuter. So the big question is, what if you need a little bit more space? Which brings us to the brand spanking new, fresh out of the box, 2021 Kia Seltos. I mean, this thing, not too shabby. It's actually a considerable step up from the Venue or the Soul. It slots between the Soul and the Sportage in Kia's lineup, so it's really a corporate cousin to the Hyundai Kona. However, it's longer than the Kona, which translates to more back seat room and more cargo volume, which is no bad thing. This vehicle drives far more effortlessly than the Venue. The power really, really helps. And here's the thing. All the same sort of standard safety features, the same technology, all of that stuff that's packed into the Venue and the Soul, jammed right in here in the Seltos as well. You've got a bigger touchscreen. This is a 10.25-inch touchscreen. Again, interactive buttons right there for the navigation and radio. And you heard the beep, beep, beep. Lane keep assist, of course, standard. This actually has auto start and stop as well. Nice thing is they got a little button right there by my left knee to turn that off. I haven't had happen in here what I did in the Venue where the blind spot thing came on and the vehicle tried to push me off the road. This is definitely a more comfortable ride. It's just more cushioned. I actually fit behind myself in here. So if I set this seat up where I want it and then I get in the back seat, I actually don't have to worry about squishing my knees or anything. This is a considerably bigger vehicle than the Venue. The longer wheelbase translates into less bounce and trounce and flounce. It is a much better ride. It's also quieter in here, but you're in the upper $20,000 range to get into the Seltos, at least this model. Still less than $30,000, which is fantastic for all of the features that you get. The steering in the Seltos feels pretty similar. You've got a more substantial vehicle to move around, so it's a little beefier. There's a little more weight to it. Throttle, again, much better than in the Venue. And the brakes still bring you down. They don't do it like they're carbon ceramics or anything, but they do it with an assured confidence. So here we're getting on the power. It runs out longer, and we get rolling much, much faster in here. With the hamsters not working as hard, that turbocharger really does help deliver the power. So in the base models of the Seltos, you get an IVT transmission, which is a intelligently variable transmission, according to Kia. It's a CVT, a continuously variable transmission, but they try to do it more intelligently, I guess. Once you jump up to the top of the line models with the turbo 1.6, you get a 7-speed DCT, double clutch transmission. Oddly, no paddles. So that's interesting. You can pop this over and shift manually down here. But again, you never use the paddles. You're not going to use this. Come on. It's a family vehicle. It's not a sports car. All-wheel drive, and Kia really, in their press information about this vehicle, really talks about the adventurous spirit. Marketing speak for you can take it off-road. They talk about the front and rear skid plates with the black cladding around the thing, sort of suggesting the strength and off-road ability of something like this. And it does have all-wheel drive. You could do that. But it's also got torque vectoring between the wheels, so giving power to the wheels that have grip and taking it away from those that have slip. That's pretty cool. And on top of that, there's a little locking differential button down here, so when things really get crazy off-road, you can hit that and you got all-time all-wheel drive everywhere, which is not a bad deal. Both the Venue and the Seltos have adjustable drive modes. We are in normal right now, and then there's Smart, where it tries to be a little more economical and adapt to what you're doing. If you drive really aggressively, it'll be more aggressive. And then Sport. Oh, there's a little flash of red lights over here. In Sport mode, it does change the transmission mapping, the throttle mapping, and the steering to make everything a little more crisp. And it does do that. I don't know that it's that dynamic of a change where you super know it when you get into it. If I hadn't read about it, I might not have noticed. In the Seltos, Sport mode does do a little bit more. When you put it on in the Venue, it's like trying to give a hamster a cape, and it just doesn't work. So normal driving in the Venue is just fine. But all in all, I would actually have no qualms owning one of these as a daily driver. Bang for your buck, either one of these vehicles are pretty darn good. So keep it up, Hyundai, keep it up, Kia. Love what you're doing. Just keep doing it.